Hello, hello, hello. It's your mom of 3 in NYC, and I am back with another video. If you are a returning tribe member, hey, thank you so much for your support. Make sure that your post notifications are all the way on so that you get every single upload. If this is your first time on my channel, welcome. My name is Taneza. I am the mother of 3 active, all 3 of my kids, super active kids living in the heart of New York City. I would love for you to join my YouTube channel, and all you have to do is SUBSCRIBE, SUBSCRIBE. Subscribe below. Within my tribe is a very special group of people. They're my Bible scholars. They are on a mission with me to read through the Bible this year, and I would love for you to join us. 2023 is really the year of me being my best me, for real, for real. When I tell you, between the goodness of God, Bikram yoga, reading the word, drinking only water, eating only fresh fruits and vegetables, I'm like a whole different person, you guys, honestly. Honestly, I've never felt better. We are smack dab in the middle of 2 Kings. This video is a review of 2 Kings chapters 15 and 16. Let's get started. So chapter 15, you guys, was basically a list of kings. I have my notes. Chapter 15, this chapter lists 7 kings. So let's just review each one and find out what made them special. And as I was writing this, I thought to myself, isn't it crazy to think how the Bible, it can only record but so much about a person, but evidently this is what's important, right? Wild. First king up, Azariah. He was a king of Judah, became king at the age of 16, and he reigned for 52 years until he was 68 years old. I wanted to read for you verse 3, 4, and 5 of chapter 15. He did what was right in the eyes of the Lord, just as his father Amaziah had done. Verse 4, the high places, however, were not removed. The people continued to offer sacrifices and burn incense there. The Lord afflicted the king with leprosy until the day he died. He lived in a separate house. His son Jotham, the king's son, had charge of the palace and governed the people of the land. God holds leaders responsible for their people. Absolutely. The second king, Zechariah, he was the king of Israel. He reigned for, we go from 52 years to 6 months. And I actually added him to the list that I showed you guys yesterday. So he's the son of Jeroboam. We added Zechariah. I wanted to read for you verses 9 and 10. He did evil in the eyes of the Lord, as his fathers had done. He did not turn away from the sins of Jeroboam, son of Nebat, which he had caused Israel to commit. Shallum, son of Jabesh, conspired against Zechariah. He attacked him in front of the people, assassinated him, and succeeded him as king. The next king of Israel is Shallum, who just assassinated Zechariah. Shallum was king of Israel. You thought 6 months was not a long time. He reigned for 1 month. 1 month he was king. Verse 14, Menahem, son of Gadi, went from Tirzah up to Samaria. He attacked Shallum, son of Jabesh, in Samaria, assassinated him, and succeeded him as king of Israel. So now we have Menahem, king of Israel. He reigned for 10 years. He did evil in the eyes of the Lord. Verses 19 and 20. Pul, he's also called Tiglath-Pileser, king of Assyria, invaded the land. Menahem gave him 1,000 talents of silver to gain his support. 1,000 talents of silver, according to my footnotes, 37 tons. Not pounds, not kilograms, tons. 7 tons of silver to gain his support and strengthen his own hold on the kingdom. Menahem exacted this money from Israel. Every wealthy man had to contribute 50 shekels of silver to be given to the king of Assyria. So the king of Assyria withdrew and stayed in the land no longer. The next king is Pekahiah, king of Israel. He reigned for 2 years. He did evil in the eyes of the Lord. Verse 25. One of his chief officers, Pekah, son of Remaliah, conspired against him. Taking 50 men of Gilead with him, he assassinated Pekahiah along with Argob and Arieh in the citadel of the royal place at Samaria. And I want to apologize if my pronunciation isn't correct, you guys. Pekah killed Pekahiah and succeeded him as king. So the next king, the 6th king of this chapter, is Pekah. He, king of Israel, he reigned for 20 years. Verses 29 and 30. In the time of Pekah, king of Israel, Tiglath-Pileser, king of Assyria, came and took Ehon, Abel, Beth-Makkah, Genoa, Kadesh, and Hazor. He took Gilead and Galilee, including all the land of Naphtali, and deported the people of Assyria. Then Hoshea, son of Elah, conspired against Pekah, son of Remaliah. He attacked and assassinated him, and then succeeded him as king in the 20th year of Jotham, son of Uzziah. So now we have Jotham, king of Judah. He was 25 years old when he took over as king. He reigned for 16 years, so until he was 41. I wanted to read verses 34 and 35. He did what was right in the eyes of the Lord, just as his father Uzziah had done. The high places, however, were not removed. The people continued to offer sacrifices and burn incense there. Jotham rebuilt the upper gate of the temple of the Lord. So Azariah, he did things that were pleasing in the eye of the Lord, but his people did not. Zechariah, Shallum, Menahem, Pekahiah, and Pekah all did evil in the eyes of the Lord. Jotham did good in the eyes of the Lord. So 2 of the 7. Chapter 16. Ahaz, king of Judah. He reigned for 16 years. He did not do what was right in the eyes of the Lord. Verses 3 and 4. He walked in the ways of the kings of Israel. He even sacrificed his own son in a fire, following the detestable ways of the nations the Lord had driven out before the Israelites. He sacrificed to gods, false lowercase g, his own son. He offered sacrifices and burned incense at the high places, on the hilltops, and under every spreading tree. Rezin, king of Aram, and Pekah, who was the son of king of Israel, Remaliah, tried to fight Ahaz, but they could not overpower him. Verses 7 and 8. Ahaz sent messengers to say to Tiglath-Pileser, king of Assyria, I am your servant and vessel. come up and save me out of the hand of the king of Aram and of the king of Israel who are attacking me. Ahaz took the silver and the gold found in the temple of the Lord and in the treasuries of the royal palace, sent it as a gift to the king of Assyria. The king of Assyria did what Ahaz asked. He attacked and captured Damascus. He also killed Rezin, who we just talked about in verse 5, had tried to capture Ahaz. Verse 10, then King Ahaz went to Damascus to meet Tiglath-Pileser, king of Assyria. He saw an altar in Damascus, and he sent to Uriah the priest a sketch of the altar, which detailed plans for its construction. Uriah built an altar just like the plans sent by Ahaz from Damascus, and he built the temple before Ahaz returned. When Ahaz did return, he presented offering on it. He presented burnt offering, grain offering, and he even sprinkled blood of his fellowship offerings. Verses 14 and 15. The bronze altar that stood before the Lord, he brought from the front of the temple, from between the new altar and the temple of the Lord, put it on the north side of the new altar. King Ahaz then gave these orders to Uriah the priest. On the large new altar, offer the morning burnt offerings and the evening grain offering, the king's burnt offering and his grain offering, and the burnt offering of all the people of the land, and their grain offering and their drink offering. Sprinkle on the altar all the blood of the burnt offerings and sacrifices. I will use the bronze altar for seeking guidance. Uriah was obedient and did just what King Ahaz had ordered. So I went to a concordance to get clarification on these verses, and the concordance that I read said that all of these changes that were done to the altars were done to please Tiglath-Pileser, the king of Assyria. All right, Bible scholars, that concludes our review of 2 Kings chapters 15 and 16. Our next review will be, what's wrong with my lens? That's wild, you guys. I have transition lenses, and it seems that this lens on its own is transitioning from being a sunglass. That's wild. Okay, enough of that. All right, Bible scholars. Sorry for one sunglass and one regular glass. Anywho, our next review will be of 2 Kings chapters 17 and 18. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you in our next review. Bye for now, Bible scholars.